maintaining the in working up the know-how.
Mm-hmm.
He has done that now. We now know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And he had to have some place to do it, and I think perhaps he was afforded that opportunity here.
Yes, sir.
And but I think he's, as far as transmitting it to anyone else, he can't do it by himself. I think he should write. Now, how he can do that, I don't know.
Well, with the government spending millions, we had Reuben Askew went to Washington and was heading up the crime and so on. How have we missed? Is it contrary to government what
Yeah.
Dan is teaching?
Mm-hmm.
How does that not work together?
Well, you mention God, you can't mention it. You can't mention God at Albany State College or at the Darton College or at the University of Georgia.
One nation under God.
You can't mention that. Can't mention that.
Can't because of who?
Because of the Board of Regents.
So under the guise of separation of church and state,
They kill God.
the old Emory professor who said God is dead, maybe he got in a lot of trouble up there.
That's right.
He wouldn't get in any trouble now.
It's true, huh? In that
No,
sense.
you can say God's dead, but I don't believe God cares what you say.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
so denial of the Holy Spirit is our basic problem.
That's right. That's
It's
exactly.
the one unforgivable sin, and I thought about that and said, why is that an unforgivable sin? Well, it's very simple, because if you demand I do something and I don't do it, I've got to come to you and say, Judge, will you forgive me? Well, if I've denied the link between us and don't talk to you, you can't forgive me.
That's right.
But if I come and ask you, you can forgive me. So that's why it's unforgivable. If I can't ask for forgiveness, I can't get it. So don't shut off the two-way conversation with the Creator. And so we've killed our source for good.
I wish I could be more helpful and more astute, but I have reached a point that really I don't know what to do. I really don't.
I wish we could take what we know now and go back about 20 years when we had the horsepower. Then we could do it.
But if you had $1 million, blank check, did you and Dan do something?
No question about it.
Oh, Dan could, I couldn't.
Shoot.
I no question about it. He could do it. No question about it. And as far as the bookkeeping, he'd have to set up a set of books and keep organization with the thing. But my role in this thing is simply as an enforcer. What little I know, I've gained from Dan, and I don't hold myself out as an enlightened person on the subject at all. I'm just I can make decisions based on the information I get.
It makes good sense. You
Makes
make a
good
decision.
sense. That's right.
And you're not afraid of it, or not afraid to
I've
risk it.
never been afraid of it, and I have no hesitation in using it.
Person in Georgia has never been afraid of it. remarkable.
Those who are afraid, are they afraid of the consequences or their own lack of self-confidence, I guess?
Well, I think most of them are filled with hostility and just they don't want to see the eternal truth. They look for something that's wrong.
They never look for what's right.
That's right. Always looking for something that's wrong. They don't look for anything.
That's the difference between the Navy and business. You guys in business look for what works.
We're looking for something that a consumer will buy and it satisfies their need. And certainly this citizenry of this country needs a solution to bad behavior.
There ain't no question about it.
Product, I mean, the need is there. Now, you've got a product, and a good businessman takes a need and a good product and brings them together and makes money at it.
Where you been?
Well, I've been trying to learn how to go forward. And that's why I'm up here today. I've got another 15 or 20 or 30 years to live, and I want to do something.
Is you couple blindness to personal error with the fact it makes you an overachiever in a narrow area. And then the businessman is a rumor monger. He hears that this fellow's a bright guy out at the college. Well, he may be one of those fellows that are totally blind to errors. This makes him more confident, makes him overachieve in his narrow particular area.
Tell you what, Dan, move over in that chair, will you?
And he is a source of error. You can go back and try to figure out why Jesus,
That one over there.
why
Pull it in a little
Jesus
closer
was
to the
crucified.
judge. Pull it in a little closer.
If you get the answer to why Jesus was crucified, you have the answer